Bears fans, we know we had a not so great time, you know, coming off of a devastating overtime loss in the divisional round to the former St. Louis Rams. But I think we still got reason to be happy. All right. We had a great season. The Bears did something beautiful. They renewed Chicago's love for the game of football. So I'm feeling great about it. Still, dog, talk to me. How you feeling? How you feeling after that loss? You know, we took a little time before obviously we talked about it. But man,
Don't you remember when Stephon Diggs caught that ball on the Vikings miracle and he just ran in the end zone, threw his helmet, he just tapped his chest off. It's kind of how I feel right now, dog. That's
mm,
the that's the only thing I got for you. 100% exceeded Bears expectations, but it's just
for
like
sure.
right there, cuss.
It still hurts. It definitely still hurts because, I don't think that anyone truly believed that the Bears were going to do anything too crazy this season, right? We most likely, I know I did, you did. We expected obviously more than 5 wins, right? That was pretty much it though. We expected to see some growth from the team, a couple extra wins, but we didn't expect a playoff berth this soon.
No,
All
I
right.
expected playoffs.
You expected playoffs. You are correct. You did predict playoffs. I was on the fence about the playoffs. I wasn't too sure. But as the season progressed and they just kept stacking wins, coming back, taking wins away from people, I started to believe. And I think that fans, you guys also started to believe with us. And it looked like the Bears also started to believe as well, man. So shout out to the Chicago Bears on a great season. All right. Bless the Chicago area, the state of Illinois with great football again. We beat the Packers twice. What more can you say? What more can you say? Now, we're going to talk about these games a little bit because it was a little case of some good, some bad, and some ugly in there. All right. Now, let's go back to that Packers game, reliving some good times, right? Take me through some things that you saw in that game, some good, some bad, and some ugly.
Well, when you go back to that, you're talking about the wild card game versus Green Bay, where we won 31-27. Talking about that game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so with that
Mm-hmm.
game, the good was, of course, the Bears being the comeback kids and Caleb Williams really turning it on again in the fourth quarter, right? That's the good. The ugly is the slow starts and absolutely having to
Yeah.
have full dependency on that to happen. It's like if that doesn't happen, then we don't necessarily succeed. That can't be what a full, complete football team that's looking to win a Super Bowl is 100% about. You have to be competitive in all three phases of the game: special teams, defense, and offense. Surprisingly, on the offensive end, the competitive edge looks to be there, right? A couple of tweaks here, a couple of tweaks there. We're on our way to be dominating the football league in terms of points per game in the upcoming season. On the defensive side of the ball, got many decisions that need to be made. Who's
Yeah.
staying, who's going. All right, that's first thing. The biggest thing that I think Bears Focus Podcast, Bears Nation, we need an added disruptor to that defensive front that completes chaos every single play. Max
Mm-hmm.
Crosby would be nice.
One of
JJ
the
Watt.
reporters, they actually asked Ryan Poles today, is Max Crosby coming to Chicago? Of course, Ryan Poles, being the astute GM that he is, I don't know.
Mm,
No answer. But
mm.
I think, and I don't know if this is the same, in internal circles around the actual league, but as far as fans in Chicago, and I think fans just of the NFL, we all believe Max Crosby will be a Chicago Bear next season.
Yeah,
If it actually happens, who knows?
yeah. Definitely belief there. Definitely could use them as a bear, swap out some of those pieces. I don't know. I mean, in order to do that, you gotta kind of play Houdini with the numbers, cap management, right? You still got Caleb on a rookie deal, great for the team, but his number is fastly approaching. So you kind of gotta be like, I hate to use this, but kind of gotta be like a girl that's getting ready to go on vacation. she just figures it out. All the numbers match up, even if they don't. So you just gotta get this team together in all three phases. Make sure they're well equipped in all three phases. But really, on the defensive side of the ball, you want to see improvement so you don't have things that happen in the wild card game. The offense, you want to continue to trend upwards. Hopefully Cole Kmet is still here. They get a chance to run it back with that whole offensive repertoire that they have. And then special teams, you want to hit some home runs and continue making some game winning plays when you can. So that was some bad, that was some
Yeah.
ugly. What do you think?
Man, dog, some good. Let me start with the good, right?
All right, go ahead.
Some good. You said it. Offense. We got a good offense, right? We have pieces that can play, that can, I don't know, necessarily compete for tops in the league. Well, maybe our quarterback, offensive line, and tight end.
Yeah.
Still question marks out there on our receiver room, but
We wait, wait, wait,
improving.
wait. I want to say this. We don't have a top 10 QB. We have a top 5 QB in the league. I'm putting that on record. In terms of just talent, he probably ranks one, right? In terms of just pure talent of the position. You're
Joe
talking about
Burrow,
you're talking about
Lamar
arm throwing. You're
Jackson,
talking speed. You're
Josh
talking throwing
Allen,
angles. Yeah. Yeah.
Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, cuss. Yeah, one.
All right.
All right, one. Not to say that those other guys are outdated, but he's just kind of like taken the script and kind of flipped it a little bit. Now, the only thing you want to see with Caleb Williams, those inaccurate accuracy issues get figured out at some point. If he starts throwing short darts, I mean, what do you do with him? What do you do with him?
That's true. Because, I mean, I've said it pretty much all season. The thing that we get from him and that has enamored everyone so far is that he makes the wild throws. He makes some of the greatest throws that you'll see. ESPN, or was it NFL, released a highlight video of Caleb Williams for the season. It's 55 minutes long. What highlight reel is 55 minutes long like that? This is one season. This is not his career highlights. This is just one season, right? So he makes those crazy throws. But to your point, and like I've said all season, and like we saw, part of the ugly in both of these games was the inaccuracies, the things that have haunted us all season against lesser teams, non-playoff teams. They were issues. Now in the playoffs, all it did was multiply and elevate, and it got to a point that was not sustainable or that did not lead to victory, right? We got away with those two interceptions against Green Bay. Couldn't get away from it with the Rams. Now, part of that could have also been some coaching, right? There were 6 points left on the field. A lot of people overlook that, I think, and have really just been focusing on, oh, Rome dropped a touchdown pass, or which he did. And we'll talk more about that. Or how, oh, Caleb Williams and DJ Moore quit, or why did Caleb throw and we didn't need that? 6 points was left on the field. And one of those field goals, just one, would have won us the game.
You know what? I hate to be this person, but if we're gonna talk about it, let's give the people what they want. It was actually, I think, through those Caleb Williams interceptions, it was about 10 points you can account
Mm.
for based off of those interceptions that he threw. That translated to at least 10 points for the Rams. You take one of those interceptions off the board, maybe the last one, maybe the first one, better yet, maybe the second one. You got a chance to win this ball game or be on the flip side with the Bears 20, Rams kind of 17. So it's much you can go there. You can always go back and look at it and say, hey, should have done this, should have done that. Clearly, there was a miscommunication on that last route. Philip Williams threw to a spot. DJ Moore was not at the spot. The DB kind of undercut, got position, right? Almost like boxing out. When the ball is getting ready to come off the rim, you got to kind of box out so you can be in the best position to catch the ball. Same too here with football. That didn't show up on the tape, which led to a costly interception in a critical situation. Great learning piece, but we don't have to worry about that going down the line.
You would hope, right? You would hope. And that's what we want to see next season. We want to see these ugly mistakes, these inaccuracies, these supposed quittings on plays, right? We want to see these things fixed. Now, it's also been a lot of talk about who will be on the team. right? Now, we're going to get into it in full during the off season. We'll still be around making videos. We got to have something for you guys to pay attention and listen to our voices. Don't forget about us till next season. So we'll definitely be around still talking about some things, but just some free agents for you. Let me give
Yeah.
you a quick little list. Bayard, free agent. Brisker, Zacchaeus, Nashawn Wright, CJ Gardner Johnson, Theo Benedict, Billings, Jonathan Owens, Braxton Jones. Out of those 9 or so names
Yeah.
there, is there anybody that sticks out to you that's an automatic, we need to have them back?
Automatic, when you say automatic, do you mean like undeniably green lighted?
No, the contract extension is already, the ink is dried. They just waiting for the right time to give it to them.
You know what? If you had to do any one of these players on the list, I think you start with the one that you led off with, Bayard, right? You would think he should come back and be a Chicago Bear, perhaps even finish his career as a Bear. But I suspect that he won't. If this is his last chance
Trust
to
them.
get a contract, he's gonna go chase the money because money talks. Now you're talking Brisker, young guy in the game, really came on in this last season, really kind of showed what he could be. Almost, I'm not even gonna say almost looking like his former Penn State self, but almost looking like his former Penn State self in being able to control and help the run, but also make plays on the defensive side of the ball. He might be a guy that just fits well in the system, but then you got to think injury, time on task, maybe a new start, and then will somebody throw the bag at him? Again, money talks. In terms of players that you absolutely want back, again, I say Benedict. He's an absolute. You bring him back, no questions there. I think surprising a lot of Bears fans here, you can expect maybe Jonathan Owens to be back on this team for multiple reasons. Is just good for the Bears, good for him, and he'll have a chance to win. Other than that, you got to look at Nashawn Wright, maybe possibly coming back, getting a big time contract, especially with Stevenson. You don't know what's going to happen there.
Stevens.
You got Jalen Johnson really trying to battle back and get back to his former self. We saw in the playoffs, he was nowhere near that. Can he go back to being that elite shut down, don't even look his way corner? Don't know if he has another season or two in him like that, especially with the injuries, because injuries take a toll on the bodies. I would say you start with those three and then you build out from there. But of course, I think we should be active in the trade market. Again,
For
play
sure.
Houdini with the cap number, move some of that big cap, understand what decisions you're going to make when it comes to Cole Kmet, DJ Moore, and big time free agents like Bayard. And then, hey, once those decisions are made, let's go big fish hunting and let's do what we can with the remaining years of not having to pay Caleb Williams on the absurd number against the cap.
Listening to Ryan Poles talk during his press conference and hearing people ask, the reporters ask some of the questions about free agency. One thing stood out to me, and I think stood out to a lot of people probably. There was only one name that Ryan Poles said that, he'd really like to have back, and that was Bayard. And I think that he is a player that, for his leadership on the field, let alone possibly what he's doing off the field, I think that's definitely probably the biggest piece to bring back. Now, I agree with you as well. Brisker, younger guy, hard hitting. He plays multiple positions. We move him around a lot. This was his first full season that he's played in his 4 years in the league, right? Concussions have been an issue. Will next season be one of those seasons that presents problems, injury problems? Will he sit out games? Was this a fluke or will this be the standard moving forward? Right? Who knows? I predict that that will lower his amount a little bit, maybe making it easier for Ryan Poles and the Bears to bring him back into the fold and keep him a part of the team. Aside from those two, Nashawn Wright, Gardner Johnson, I think that Tariq Stevenson's days as a Chicago Bear are over. From what, I don't know if you've seen,
Breaking
but from
news
what I've
there.
been seeing all day online, after he made a play getting the ball away from Adams, he's over in the sidelines with the fans again, celebrating with the fans. Game still going on. Bro, you just made one play.
I have not
You
seen
went
it.
through this last season. We were asking the last half or so of the season, yo, where's Stevenson been? What's happening? It looks like he just fell out of the graces of the team for whatever reasons. Clearly, he is not learning, and it's shown by you in one of the biggest moments, making a mistake that you made that kind of derailed a previous season. That's something that you hate to see. So with him being out, I think that we should definitely look at bringing Wright back. He should be a relatively cheap get. He had some turnovers, but he was still terrible in coverage. CJ Garner Johnson came in later during the season. Not many teams wanted him, right? I think he was on 3 or 4 teams before he got to the Bears. So he may not have that big of a market. He should be another cheap pickup for the Bears. Hey, come back. You were that C4 for us when Kyler Gordon, our real C4 pack, was out. Come back. We'll put you in position to make impact plays like you were, and you'll have a chance to win. Benedict, I agree with you. He's somebody that we can definitely have back. Move him around on the line, be that kind of utility guy. Braxton Jones, out of there. Gone. Goodbye. Billings, I don't think we need him back either. Didn't make much of an impact. I don't think he really helped out as much in the run game as people would expect with him being as big as he is, and that particularly being the reason why he's on the team. Take up space, make 2 guys have to get you, try and block you, and help in the run game, but he wasn't very effective in that. So we know the defensive line had a lot of issues. Our secondary, our defense as a whole was not very good. And we know injuries obviously played a big part, but talent also played a big part in that. So a few of the guys that I definitely expect to see back, some guys that I don't want to see back and I hope do not come back. No offense to you guys, go get money somewhere else, just not with the Bears. Man,
You said a lot there, man. You said a lot there. I'm not necessarily sure if we had to go top three, we kind of different on three. I think CJ Gardner Johnson is gone because he may be in the market for. I don't think we do another 1 year deal with him. He's gonna have to go 2 year, 3 year deal there, and he's gonna command at least guaranteed 10, 12 million, right? He's
I
gonna
don't think
want
so.
that. He's gonna want that money. You're talking about what, a 2 time Super Bowl champion? Is that correct? I think he is. I could be wrong. Or one
Doesn't work
time
the
Super Bowl.
same with really any other position except for a quarterback
Mm,
being able to say, yo, I'm a X amount of time Super Bowl winner. Even though obviously we know that the different pieces of the team contribute and mean a lot, quarterback is the driver of the car. That's what makes it go. That's what's most important. But who knows, right? We'll see how that goes. If he comes back and it's cheap, I think great for the Bears. If not, still great for the Bears because he might not stay with those teams the whole season and still may come back.
One improvement I want to see in that Bears cornerback, defensive back room. Hopefully, we keep our coaching staff together. We already see it's been disseminated by
Yeah,
teams
the
around
enemy
the
gone.
league. Yeah, the Chiefs went and got their holes back of him again. What you want to see there is you want more speed on that defensive backfield, right? There were many plays where it could just be due to injury. Where I saw Jalen Johnson getting beat. I
Yeah,
saw Kyler Gordon getting beat.
yeah.
Definitely saw CJ Gardner Johnson getting beat, although they made some plays. So if they can pick up whatever that ineptitude and speed is and bring that back next year and have that with them, I'm all for it. If not, then we're going to have to look for a guy, a player, a superstar, a star, or just a role team player that can come in, fill that position, but ultimately bring speed to that back end so we can continue to make some big time plays and hold up.
Most definitely, man. Now, we know we still got playoffs going on, games still happening. We in the championship games now, man. Unfortunately, the Bears could not be here, but we still gonna give our picks for these games, man. So, first up, Sunday, we have the Patriots versus the Broncos. This is gonna be a very interesting game, right? Jarrett Stidham coming in, Bo Nix breaking his ankle out the game. Patriots kind of looking like a juggernaut this season, right? Looking like the
Yeah.
Patriots of old, right? With Tom Brady in the game. But this Broncos defense is not one to be played with. Who you got in this game, dog? What you see happening?
No, I see the Patriots going to the Super Bowl. I mean, if you have it any other way, then you're not seeing correct. Mike Vrabel has done a hell of a job coaching this team all season throughout distractions, throughout up and downs, and ultimately that defense is a well put together defense that is flying around the ball. So I see those three things, and I see automatically a Super Bowl in the near future as early as this season. On offense, you got to give it to the kid Drake May. He looks to be stellar in his performances under McDaniels with the offensive coordinator. He's coming along well. He seems to be doing the right things as when the team needs it. So a lot of good stuff there for the Patriots. I don't think the Broncos will have a chance in this game. I think their defense has fluctuated all seasons. Been seasons where they've been a hitting machine, and then there's been games where they have not been such, and the defense has been all over the place. So with that, and for that reason, I'm going with the Patriots to roll on using both their passing and running game to kind of stifle that Broncos defense. And I think they wear them down, and ultimately they make their first Super Bowl appearance since Tom Brady.
Yeah, man, and you said it. They're gonna attack them with the run and the pass, and the fact that they can mix it up so well, keep you on your toes, keep you guessing. That's a great advantage to have for that offense. And Drake May, what he's done this season, again, the possible MVP, he's balled out. Him being the first quarterback from his draft class to make it to a Super Bowl, and this is year two, is very astonishing, right? Hats off to him for that. I got to go with the Patriots as well, man. No Bo Nix. Even if Bo Nix was there, I think I still go with the Patriots on this one.
If Bo Nix was there, it would definitely have me change my opinion. But with no Bo Nix, you gotta.
This one might be crazy, right? Because we've seen the Patriots, we've seen in the past, they've lost to backup quarterbacks, all right?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
saw
they
them
have.
lose to Nick Foles in the Super Bowl.
Hell yeah.
What's going to happen in this championship game, man? It'll definitely be interesting to see, but we both going with the Patriots on that one. So, NFC championship game, Rams at Seahawks, all NFC West in this one. And this Seahawks defense, they not Legion of Boom, but they definitely close.
Mm,
They're definitely close. They're tough
mm.
to score on. All right. They get pressure on opposing quarterbacks. They can stop your run game. They're a tough team, man. And the only thing is, Sam Darnold, do we trust him? Right? Last week, he didn't have to do a lot. So it's like, all right, you didn't have to do much. You did enough. But now with this game against the Rams, they're going to have to lean on him a little bit more. But you know what it is, man. It's the defense. Defense wins championships, right? Offense gonna get you to the dance. The defense gonna take you home. I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks Patriots Super Bowl. It should be Bears Patriots. Think we all know it,
Of course, we know it.
but Seahawks Patriots I can settle with. What you think?
Yeah, yeah, that's not happening. Good thought though there. Yeah, but that's not happening. We're gonna go Patriots versus LA Rams for the Super
Eh,
Bowl. You really got to look at the defenses that are left in this playoffs. You talk about the Broncos defense, where they rank and have they been all season. You talk about the Patriots defense, where they rank and where they've been all season. That LA Rams defense, where they rank and where they've been all season. And then you talk about that Seattle defense, where they rank and been all season. Defense does win championships, and ultimately, you got four competent defenses left in this game in this terms of format of four here to advance to the Super Bowl. What defense can you count on to be dominant the most? I can count on the Patriots, and then I can count on that Rams defense to make timely plays when needed. So
mm,
for those two reasons, I'm going Patriots versus Rams in a prolific Super Bowl. That will be much to see because now you got a good defense going against a high-powered offense, and then on the flip side of the ball, you got everything else working as well too, and you got big names in the biggest game of the season. Kendrick May essentially handled the pressure, or does Matthew Stafford, the NFL MVP, eventually gets another ring and becomes a two-time Super Bowl champion? A lot to go
man,
there.
it will definitely be interesting. Make sure y'all tune in. I think it'll be definitely two great games there. Can't wait to see it. Still a little butthurt that the Bears are not in it, but hey, you know, like I said, I think they'll be here very, very soon and very much so often over these next few seasons in this near future.
You're talking 2 games here. We were 2 games away from the we were actually
One
one
game.
game away from the Super Bowl, 2 games from being Super Bowl champion. So you got to think, if stuff drives you, and if Caleb Williams is who he says he is, right? He's a psycho. When I say psycho, I mean Kobe Bryant, Mamba mentality, in the gym, live in the gym. I understand everything. I diagnose everything. I'm talking that like type of level of competitive, that type of level of enthusiasm for the game. Then you know what? Next season we're going to be exactly where we should be. Back in this game that we were in, we win it, and then we ultimately go to the Super Bowl. Again, time is on our side, but it's not, because Caleb Williams will be paid, and he will be the highest earning QB in this NFL today.
Yeah, that's facts. And that'll also be crazy to see the Bears now having to shell out money for a quarterback. It's kind of never been done in Chicago. So can't wait to see what the future holds, man. But Bears fans, y'all know what it is. It's that plus talk time. We ain't really got much today because, we haven't been tuned into anything except for the Bears. All right, Bears focus, baby. Bear down. But Bulls season, shout out the Bulls, even though they haven't been that great for a while. Season's still going on, man, and they got a chance to do some things. So we'll definitely be tuning in, keeping y'all up to date on what's happening there with the Bulls. If there's anything that y'all should be looking out for, there's a championship run possibly coming. Make sure you stay tuned in. Cubs, they just brought in Alex Bregman, all right? Made a trade for a pitcher, I think Cabrera from Miami. Cubs trying to make moves. White Sox, they just traded away Lewis Roberts, which good for him, right? Get away from that trash franchise.
Wasn't that the best player on the White Sox?
Yeah, yeah. So I said, good for him. They're a terrible team. I don't care about the White Sox. You're the White Sox fan, so you can speak for them. I think they're trash. Congratulations to him. It's a great move. He went to the Mets. So really, really good move. White Sox fans, man, make some noise in the comments, White Sox fans. And then the Chicago Sky. Summertime WNBA season usually starts. I know they just dropped the schedule, but will they even have a season? They're still going through CBA contract negotiations.
Yeah.
And it don't look like these ladies really want to get paid. It
No,
looks like they want to wield some type of power
mm,
over their league instead of just being players. I don't know. A lot to be seen there. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know. Not necessarily their season. I'm gonna wait until the unrivaled season kind of finishes up, because that seems to be a more appealing brand of basketball that's being played. And hey, I don't necessarily have the answers. I guess they're letting these women kind of showcase their talents and really
Isn't it only
play.
3v3? Kind of
Yeah, and
like
it's
the men's
yeah,
thing that they did. And
and it's good
it was only
basketball.
decent for a little bit because of COVID and it was nothing else going on. It was like the new thing,
No, they're
but
hooping
then
on
it
there.
fell off.
They're hooping on there. You would love to get some of the more big time names like Asia Wilson to be in there. Now, once somebody of her caliber, but you got to have that mucho dinero. And right now, they only have a limited number to go around. So that's a league that's probably giving this WNBA league a run for their money, in addition to
Think so?
everything else that's going overseas. Absolutely.
There's
When you have,
no there's
when
no
you,
way Unrivaled is paying them more than the WNBA
when
is.
you
And
have
if they
a
have done it for one or
league,
two seasons, they won't be able to continue it
when you
because
have a
eventually investors are going to stop just throwing away their money.
I think somebody like Ice Cube can see what's going on here and try to buy Unrivaled
Combined or do a
out.
combo,
Yeah, yeah. Now you got Big Three
that could work.
Unrivaled. That could be something special. Now, if the NBA finally wants to work with Mr. Ice Cube and actually cut him some deals, then you could have probably what you always dreamed of in terms of WNBA basketball, and probably bringing a sense of relevance. Not to say the NBA has lost it, but more of a sense of
Kind of has.
relevance and gritty, tough basketball being back. Because some of these scores to these games, when they are 150, 141, like, what is this? I know this is
Hmm.
basketball at the highest level, but, seriously, you can't penalize a player for defense, but you also can impede and cannot impede the movement of the offensive player. There has to be uh accountability on the refs to
Mhm.
call a fair game that's going to be called not just during the playoffs, but for an 82 game season, so these players can get accustomed to, hey, this is the style of brand of basketball that we are looking to play from here on out. But you never know, much to be exposed there.
I mean, we heard Wemby call out OKC and their unethical hoops, as the kids say now online. People aren't playing good basketball. They're trying to foul bait. He scraped me a little bit. He brushed past me. I need to go to the free throw line. And people don't want to see that. People don't want to turn on the TV and see that. Well, I wanted to see LeBron James tonight, or I wanted to see some other star player tonight. Oh, but they're DNP because of load management. Bro, you play 82 games of basketball. Go out there and hoop, bro. What is happening here?
Sciatica
Injuries,
is
we
real.
get it.
Sciatica is real. It's real.
Man, we get it. You probably shouldn't
Sciatica
be
is
hooping no
real.
more. Give it up so that people don't have to worry about that anymore and the discussion can stop. But like you said, much to be discussed there. And hey, we gonna be here for y'all. Now, with the Bears season over and just a couple games left in the NFL season, our next few episodes are gonna be more review episodes, right? Gonna talk about some positional grades, if you will. Not as much grades on like an A-B scale, but where we see them as far as ranking on the team and possibly in the league. And then predictions on what we want to see for the team as far as free agency. We know the draft is coming up, trade market. And then once things dry up, we're going to take a little break and then come back to start it up once the draft kicks up again, man. So hopefully y'all stay tuned in, keep watching the videos. We truly, truly appreciate all of the support this season, right? Everybody that subscribed, everybody that liked the video, watched the video, commented, shared the video. Truly, truly appreciate it. Again, Bears had a great season. We appreciate that as well. And we're looking forward to many, many more. Sterl, last words before we get out of here.
Hell of a season by the Chicago Bears. You can see the culture has changed. You can see what it looks like to have a competent coach and a really a generational talent QB at the position at the helm. What that'll look like for the next 10 years in Chicago. If guaranteed at least one Super Bowl, if not two, you got to kind of stick with the team. This team is definitely on the up and up. It's going to be a hell of a 2026, 2027 season because the Bears are coming to play and everybody knows it.
Yes, indeed, man. So, fans, y'all know what it is. As always, this is the Bears Focus Podcast. Bear down.